Our third rumor of this week is a Hercules project is reportedly in the works at Marvel Studios, according to Daniel RPK. All right, well, we like Daniel RPK here at the Rumor Rundown. He tends to not bullshit that much, and I think saying that a Hercules project is in the works is something that we could say after Thor: Love and Thunder came out. And sure, why not?
This was how you were supposed to frame the Agatha All-Along season 2. Yeah. You were supposed to say is in the works.
Reportedly in the works. I think it is in the works along with 45 other titles at Marvel Studios, 40 of which we'll never see.
I think, oh my God. Respectfully, which you are completely right on. You are completely right on. We are never going to see probably. But I'm hoping for him at least, like, for when it comes to, well, no, I guess Blade was a big deal too. I was like, when it comes to like actors and their roles, this is one you don't want to kind of mess up, right? What's the actor's name again?
Brett Goldstein.
Brett Goldstein. Yeah. And the shitty thing was when he showed up, it was like at the time where we were all watching Ted Lasso, so it was he's really big.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him that much since.
Well, there's going to be a new season of Ted Lasso, so maybe.
Are you going to watch it?
No, probably not. I did not care for
no
the
one
most
liked
recent
the last
season.
season. No one liked it. Sorry, not everybody.
Some people, I'm sure,
did.
Some
people probably did.
I'm sure Sudeikis loved working on it, but man, what a bad season.
Maybe
that Stonehenge final shot was weird.
Maybe give it another. Maybe they listened. They listen to y'all and they'll give you guys a good one. But yeah, I feel like when it comes to post-credit scenes, I don't know what you would make, but I am like, Hercules should have got, or Brett Goldstein should have got his. Like, he should have got something.
I think like Marvel Studios is moving away from Thor.
Yeah, I can see that too.
Now we keep hearing rumors of like a Thor 5 happening, but maybe without Taika Waititi, maybe we'll see Beta Ray Bill in the mix. Or just a different Thor, but like James Gunn recently said he didn't put Thor in any of his Guardians of the Galaxy movies because he never really understood the character. And I'm like, but what does that mean? He didn't understand it. And I think he's just admitting like, look, he's a Norse god from space. And I think Marvel Studios in a lot of their titles, specifically in Avengers and in Thor Ragnarok, found a pretty good balance of how Thor fits in with the Avengers and really his relationship with Loki, I think was the key to it. What James Gunn, I think, may be saying is like, I never understood how Thor, what its relationship is with the people of Earth, with average everyday people. And can we say, like, other than the scene in, Thor Ragnarok when Thor takes a selfie with two girls in New York, like, have we ever seen Thor have like a real relationship with the people he's saving?
Other than Jane Foster.
Yeah.
That was it. Because he didn't even care about Darcy.
Right. We knew what like Captain America meant. We knew what Tony Stark meant. We kind of even knew what Hulk meant.
And Loki became a being that cared about the people. Yeah. He was like, no, I care.
When that German man stood up to Loki in Berlin in 2012 Avengers, like that told us a lot about who this character is to the world. Thor, people are just kind of like trying to process the idea of a god with a cape who can summon lightning.
He's just a god. Yeah. Which is hard. I will say is hard story to like write when you're like, you're just a god. You're just a god. Your brother was you and your brother's relationship in your family was the part that we were paying attention to. And now that it's kind of gone, what am I watching?
Well, it's really frustrating because I feel like Thor: Love and Thunder had an opportunity to define what a god is in the MCU. And it backed away from that.
It was just fun. They just made fun of it.
Lena Headey was going to play a god who gets killed in it. And they just didn't show it. And Taika Waititi cut all of it. I think he wasn't the right director for the job to establish that cosmic hierarchy. We never really got to see it. I think Omnipotent City was a joke place. It felt like a Rick and Morty episode.
I think one of the reasons I did like the Thor movies or like the later ones was I was like, oh yeah, this is just fun. I was like, this is just chaos and fun. I don't think it contributed anything to the MCU's like shared universe or where it was going forward. It was just like, oh, this is just a break to be fun and silly. I thought about that with Thor Ragnarok and I thought about that with Thor: Love and Thunder.
But at least Thor Ragnarok pulled the trigger and actually had Ragnarok happen. It did see the destruction of Asgard. There were consequences to it. But and that's all you really need is just like, okay, there is a mythologized apocalyptic event and there's no way to stop it. And it does happen. I love that about Ragnarok. Thor: Love and Thunder didn't seem to have any of those consequences.
I think the consequences was with the baby being made from the highest being ever made,
right?
The highest being ever created. But we didn't spend as much time focusing on that like we did Ragnarok.
Yeah.
And so that's why it like didn't have that same momentum. And also that's why we don't really care about this baby when this baby is like, that is the baby. That technically is kind of what our Franklin Richards is. Yeah. And I'm like, and the baby's just gone.
All it did was this little kid, Christian Bale's daughter, just fired lasers out of her eyes off of Thor's frying pan.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like, the idea that eternity has turned into love in the MCU. What does that mean? I don't think Taika Waititi knows. What does it mean that we don't have a cosmic entity known as eternity anymore?
Yeah.
Is that really what he was saying with that? Or is it just like eternity in this moment broke off part of herself to become the concept of love? All of this stuff is undefined and it feels unspecific, and it had an opportunity to make it specific.
100, and it didn't. It didn't. The Hercules project, I don't think is going to be a movie. I think it's going to be like, it can't be something big because we don't even have anything to connect it. We don't have anything from it. It was a post-credit with his dad, with Zeus, and then I'm like, what am I taking from this? I
think Brett Goldstein shows up in Doomsday and Secret Wars, and that's it.
Okay, I can see it. And that's the thing. Until we get, and that's also the hard thing, is like Hercules in the comics doing everything is always with gods and doing god things. So it's like him showing, I'm not trying to give justification to be like, well, he could. I'm just saying, like, in the MCU, what am I getting out of this man that I haven't already got from like Thor, from all the gods? I don't know. I agree with you because of that reason. I'm like, I don't think he needs his own movie.
Yeah, I just think in general, though, Marvel Studios is retreating from Thor.
100. And I agree with that. I agree with that completely.
I think they got something great by casting Chris Hemsworth, and there was like a really great chemistry that was unlocked between Hemsworth and Hiddleston. I think they realized after that it was Hiddleston that was really connecting more with audiences. Chris Hemsworth, though, was definitely holding his own and had great chemistry with the rest of the Avengers
100.
cast, and it worked great in Infinity War and Endgame. But even in Infinity War, the Russos just found like a lucky side story where they put him with 2 CGI characters, 3 CGI characters if you consider Peter Dinklage.
Literally.
Like, just forging something.
Even then, and I feel so bad saying this, that moment I remember. But then even him like with Rocket seeing his mom, I kind of forget.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, does it hurt to know that Thor is only going to be pieces to other people's puzzles now going forward?
Well, that's kind of what Hulk has been. Pieces to other people's puzzles.
But I guess because I'm seeing Hulk actually grow through the entirety of the MCU, I'm like, yeah, this makes sense. He's getting to his finish line. But Thor, I was like, I don't think he's grown. He's still the same person. He is still the same person. The only thing that changed was he realized that, oh, I'm a human. I can't smash things like I used to.
I don't know other than Sentry, I think Loki has been the Norse god who's been fun for them to explore.
Yeah, 100.
And I don't know if structurally you need another Norse god as much in the MCU.
We're leaving our Norse gods?
I think they'll always be around in the MCU, but as focal characters. I think we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Thor 5 could be something else, but it's like, who do you center? Like, you can't make that a Beta Ray Bill movie. People are going to be like, this isn't Thor.
It's kind of sad to see just like, but it's also like Thor's been around for a really, 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 really long time. And he's gotten a lot of movies. He's shown up in every movie. And now he's just pieces to other people's puzzles. Just don't put him
I think Marvel just needs to decide what it means to be a god in the MCU before they start making us care about gods.
You're asking Marvel, and Disney doesn't want to talk about it.
Well, they should. I think it'd be fun.
I think they should. Oh, I think they should. I love the fact that we have Catholics and then we have actual living gods walking on our earth.
Yeah.
I love the idea of that. I want to see the religious aspects to what happened with the blip. I want to see how many people were like, you know what? This was God telling us something. Because I'm also like, yeah. Gods can die. They're literally walking in front of us. Also, wouldn't you want to be following Thor as a disciple, whatever you want to call yourself? I'm like, yeah, because I can physically see him here. I can't see Jesus Christ. This is me battling my own demons now. But yeah, I would love for them to do it. I just don't think they're going to get too hard into it. And if they do, it's going to be in Daredevil Born Again.